I gotta be honest, this isn't too spicy right here. Don't be deterred here and think you need all these bottles. This is all the same stuff. I have whole Calabrian chilies, and then I have chili paste. This is Cento brand, probably the most common brand of this you're going to see. These are whole ones, chopped ones. They all derive from these dry ones. So you could just use these, which would be great. Or you can just use cherry peppers, which are even more widely available in America. And I did 2 of them right here. And these are less spice level than these. Calabrian chili is typically 30,000 on the Scoville unit. Cherry pepper is about 5,000 or 6,000, which is about the equivalent of a jalapeno pepper. So if you can't eat anything hotter than a jalapeno pepper, you probably don't want to be fooling around with these. It's still not that spicy. As far as the other ingredients, you're making like a tomato broth here where you're burning the pasta. So here's passata. It typically comes in a 24-ounce jar like that. 4 ounces of tomato paste we have, and then garlic. I have 7 cloves. I'm just gonna do it in the oil and then remove it to stop the burning process. Sugar is to balance out the broth that we're gonna make, possibly. You might not need it depending on the brand of passata. And passata is just tomato puree. A lot of brands in America will just say puree on it. Olive oil, pasta. This is very inexpensive pasta. This brand shall not be named. You're not supposed to use like the premium brands, which is Di Cecco, Giuseppe Coco. All the bronze extruded are the ones you're not supposed to use. They say it releases too much starch into it. You know, if you don't have cheap pasta, you could probably do it with the more expensive stuff. So what we're gonna do right now is make the tomato broth and start burning the pasta. All right, guys, so we're just gonna combine 20 ounces of water. Now, I'm doing a pound of pasta here. Almost every recipe, this will be the one difference here. Almost every recipe you will see will not use it because it's hard to do. You know, it probably would be better if you use less pasta, but I always make things with a pound because this channel is all about like making food for the family and stuff. And you know, you could do multiple batches if you want. This is 14 ounces of passata. So basically we have 20 ounces of water to 14. So that's like a 3-to-2 ratio. And then the paste too. I have 4 ounces of tomato paste. Make sure you wear a red shirt when you cook this because you are gonna make a mess. All right, so it's coming up to a boil. Just make sure your tomato paste is all distributed. I wanna just tell you before I get like frying and everything splashing all over the place. This is a spicy dish. I had a lot of people, when I put this one up, when I put it up on my site, they told me that they went to Bari, they ordered it, and they said they couldn't eat it. Like a lot of them. I mean, I think it's if you don't eat spicy food. You might be like shocked that something like that, but I love spicy food personally. All right, so that's boiling. We're gonna just lower it down to a simmer and just make sure it's all distributed, like that tomato paste just cooks out. And then let's taste it. We want this to be super flavorful because, you know, you're not cooking your pasta in salted water. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm gonna add that teaspoon of sugar. Now, if tomatoes are really sweet, don't do it. I think the sugar supposedly aids in the burning process too. That's kind of the idea of why it goes in there, not just to balance out the acidity of the tomatoes. This is ready to go. Now, keep it really low. Keep it on the lowest flame, just so it's warm. Kind of like you're making risotto, you know, like you gotta keep your stock warm. All right, guys, so I have my 14-inch cast iron pan. You need a really big pan for this. You know, a lot of recipes will only do less than a pound because you want to get maximum surface area. But I think we'll be all right with this size pan. I'm gonna turn this on to 5 out of 10. And then we're going to take olive oil, enough to coat the bottom. So probably more than a 1/4 cup of olive oil, probably more towards almost a 1/2 cup. So I'm putting the garlic in like this instead of slicing it, just because I don't want it to burn and because you're burning everything here with the pasta. But this garlic, just like this, will still really flavor the olive oil. Smell that garlic really good. I'm just gonna turn it over and just let these get nice and golden, and then we'll pull them out. And that's what I mean by nice and golden, like that. Like another minute, I'll just try to move it around. All right, and that's nice, that's good. I'm gonna pull these out. You know, you could save these for later, you could put them in at the end. Okay, so cherry peppers, these are gonna go right up your nose. And then I cut up one of the dry chilies, one of these guys, which who knows how hot that is, but it's probably hot. Oh yeah. Since we're crazy, I think I'll do a little bit of the Calabrian chili paste, the Trader Joe's brand, okay? The Bomba sauce. Oh, smells so good. Just give it like 30 seconds and then put your passata in. We're gonna do 1 cup of that. Now the real splashing starts. Spread it all out. Try to get that oil, okay? And then lay it down. Now spread it out as best you can. You wanna just try to get it initially coated, just all over, and just leave it alone then. That's as far as I can spread it out. Let it go for about 2 or 3 minutes before we start moving it around. Let's talk about today's sponsor, Athletic Greens. AG1 by Athletic Greens is a comprehensive daily nutritional drink that combines 9 health products in one. So far, it's replaced my multivitamin, multi-mineral, immune support, and more. As a recipe creator, I'm always developing and testing new recipes, which means I'm not always getting the nutrients my body needs from food. That's where AG1 comes in. With 1 scoop a day, I'm getting 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food-sourced ingredients my body needs to power through the day, and I feel it the most in my clarity and focus throughout the day. And AG1 actually tastes really good. It has subtle notes of pineapple and vanilla and is even NSF certified for sports, meaning it's trusted by top athletes. It's also super convenient and fits easily into our very busy lifestyle. Tara drinks hers while she drives the kids to school in the morning and loves how it supports her hair and skin. So guys, if you want to see how AG1 works for you, click the link below to get a 1-year supply of vitamin D drops and 5 travel packs free with your first order of AG1. You'd be hard pressed to find a more comprehensive supplement on the market. And a big thanks to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. It's smelling amazing. I have a glove on for touching my cast iron. Okay, we're gonna start moving it. You're gonna see it already like browning in the middle there. I've done this a few times now, and I feel like there's a fine line. You gotta like know your pan that you're using, know your heat source, and pray. That's what you gotta do to make sure that you get a perfect assassin's pasta. Now I'm gonna take 1 ladle's worth of the broth. Maybe a touch more. Okay, and I'm gonna just kicking it up maybe a little bit above that medium, maybe like a 6 out of 10. Let it go again. Let that all get in there, and then we'll move it around. Oh yeah, we're getting a nice color there. Ooh, that's really nice. Okay, so all that liquid has absorbed completely. Just gonna try to like move it over. And when it absorbs, then you come back and you put more of your broth. I'm doing like 1.5 ladles worth. Get it all in there. Yeah, that's getting nice now. I've seen some versions where they put tomatoes in this too. Cherry tomatoes. Okay, and it all absorbed very quickly. We'll just come back with more. I found that every time I've made it, it took about 15 to 18 minutes at about a level 6 out of 10 on this burner here. And I got some really dark spots on here, like really, really dark. Now it's at the point where it's soft enough that I can start moving it around a little bit more. You could probably even take tongs now and do it. If you think you're too high, just cut your heat back a little bit. I might be a little too high here. And you know, again, this is a pound of pasta. Use half of this and you will get much better contact. Like you can see, like, look at that. Some of that is like really good. You know, they say you're not supposed to cook tomatoes in a cast iron pan, but you know, this acid from the tomatoes will remove your seasoning. I suppose you could do this with a non-stick pan, but I don't use non-stick pans really at all. I did just use one when I made chili in the previous video. See, and I think I'm running out of broth here, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to my broth to extend it. Let's try it again right now and see. Another couple of minutes, doing the same thing with the broth. It's probably gone about 13 minutes. It's almost done. I just tasted it. So don't put any more liquid in at the end then, because you really want it to like not be liquidy. You want it to just be like dark parts, burnt parts of your fried pasta. And I'll spread it out and just let it get that last bit of brownness. All right, guys, this is done. You can plate it, or you can leave it in your cast iron. It's gonna stay hot enough. Turning it off, and that's how it looks. I can see why, you know, you don't want this premium pasta to starchiness. It's just, will become even gloopier, all that. This has a unique texture. We're gonna bring down the taste tester right now. Last time it was much spicier, and I just used the 4 cherry peppers and a little bit of chili flakes. Today I used 3 different combinations. You tell me what you think.
It smells really good.
Yeah, and you can't do a twirl really with this because it's all like burnt up, like crispy.
It's good.
That's the thing with this. You got to kind of go in there like that. I feel like this is a pasta you probably don't want to eat like a half a pound of. You want to just like have like 1 portion before you have something else. Can I try a bite? Mm-hmm. All right, let me know first. What do I get? Show the camera.
9 out of 10.
Well, I don't know if that's any clearer to you, but he gave me a 9. All right.
It just wasn't like crispy enough.
Okay.
Like it maybe a little bit more spicy.
Okay. Well, a little bit more spicy. We're gonna find out right now, pal. A 9 is a good score. All right. Let's do this. I'm gonna take 1 of these peppers and I'm gonna cut it in half for us. Just be careful and don't squirt it in your eye.
You have the smaller one.
Here, you do the smaller one.
No, I'll have the bigger one.
I have no idea how hot these things are. That's really good. It has a wonderful taste. Not too spicy. Just don't. A little spicy. Well, you ate the whole thing.
That's good.
Delicious, right?
Not even spicy.
Here.
Not even spicy.
No, it comes up on you. So, yeah, I know, it is spicy.